Ooh, wee, Lord.
The deadly Thanksgiving fire is classified as a homicide.
The lighter fluid was placed into his mouth, and he burned to death.
I've never witnessed something so horrific before.
I ain't got time for these lies, okay?
You think I poured some damn gas on this man?
Do you want to rule out everything before you charge a person?
You need to start getting your story straight, and you need to be straight right now.
You just trying to get me out of here so you can move that bitch again.
If you get charged with half the murder, they will kill you.
She is evil, hateful, and low down. All of the above.
Every suspect accused of a crime has the right to remain silent. Many agree to be interrogated anyway, but they can stop the interview at any moment, making it a race against time. Justice hangs in the balance.
Oh, have mercy. Ooh, wee, Lord.
It was Thanksgiving Day. I remember buckling in my son in his car seat, and next thing we know, that house right across the street from us is smoking a whole lot. So I immediately called 911.
Is this Brownlee house?
Yeah.
We arrived at the fire scene within minutes of 911 call. I witnessed 2 windows that had been breached, smoke coming out of them, smoke coming from the roof. The fire has got some air, it's really burning, and we got our work cut out for us.
My family, they come outside, and I remember hearing that somebody was indeed in the house. So at this point, our hearts dropped.
The most important thing is to get the victims out. We looked for a point of entry into the house, which on this house was going to obviously be the front door. They went in searching for the victim, trying to search thoroughly each room and bedroom for occupants. They searched the house until they made it to a bedroom. They found the victim in the bed. He was in the room with the fire was breaching out of the windows. He was within 10 feet of those windows. The bed was heavily consumed with fire. It was clear that he had passed away.
Me being from West Point, I just knew William Brownlee to be a respectful person. He was a church-going guy. He was 62 years of age. He had multiple sclerosis.
William Brownlee Sr., he lived there with his daughter-in-law, Latoya, and his son, William Brownlee Jr. William Brownlee Sr. was bedridden, and they both were taking care of him because of some health issues he had going on at the time. I just hated that fact that, hey, there was somebody that was in the house. That was a very difficult moment, and it was horrific.
I had never smelled someone burning. It is an indescribable smell, like you just couldn't even imagine.
He was bedridden. He didn't even have a chance to get up or try to escape the room. He was just there to suffer.
My gut was telling me something's really, really strange here. The fire was almost completely in William Sr.'s bedroom. The rest of the house was just heavily smoke damaged.
From the bed to where Mr. Brownlee laid and the wall right above his head, all of it was heavily burned, way worse from how it was on the other side of the room. And then I saw where the outlet, it was very heavily burned.
That seems very suspicious because it was a very new house. It was built 2 years before prior. They're built with modern wiring.
And to really cause the damage that it did, electrical fire just alone would not make this fire angry like it did. You definitely want to get down to the bottom of what went wrong for this fire to become fully engulfed in this one particular room.
I remember going to the back porch of the home. There where I found a lot of fluid bottle, and I took it into evidence.
I believe that the fire chief, he was pretty much confident that something went wrong in that room. He believed something was started for that fire to get so hot in certain areas that he wanted to go ahead and call the state fire marshal.
LaToya, she showed up in her vehicle. She gets out of her car. She's crying. She's hysterical.
What we learned from the initial contact with Miss LaToya Brownlee was she had been visiting family for Thanksgiving before this incident took place. Then she left and went shopping with her auntie, Miss Virgie Gardner.
And that's when she got the call that the house was on fire. So she came back to the home. With it being Thanksgiving Day, you would think that everybody would have been together. And that left me wondering in my mind, okay, something else is going on here. It was almost like you just knew, like something just wasn't right. Biggest question was if this fire was actually intentionally set, and the next question was, if it was, why?
Can you give me a rundown of yesterday and what all took place?
All my brothers met at my house, and after that, we was going to my mom's house in Pontotoc in order to have Thanksgiving dinner. So my wife left home first before I did. She went to dinner in Yuma over her family's house. So I got a call about 4:26. Is when I actually got the call that my house was fully engulfed in flames.
Who gave you the call?
Tony Harris. He asked me where I was and told me I need to get to my house as soon as possible, that my house was on fire.
But did your wife ever call you at any time?
No.
Can you state your wife's name for the record?
LaToya Janae Brownlee.
Okay, how long y'all been married?
18 years. Actually, I was filing for divorce next week.
Did she know about this?
Yes. I had an eviction notice for her.
Right.
We're still under the same roof,
Right.
but I moved on with my life and started, seeing someone else. And she is pregnant. I said now by the time the child is born, yes, my child will be living under the same roof as me.
The fact that now she was being evicted from the house by him, and there would be an eviction hearing to have her removed from the house. Very important piece in this investigation.
So, when did all the problems and stuff start occurring?
Been occurring for many, many, many years. She tried to actually burn the house down 3 years ago. I stayed in Laker Road.
Mm-hmm.
I had a trailer there. I found burn marks on the wall on the sheetrock.
I learned before living with Mr. Brownlee Sr., Junior Brownlee, his wife, LaToya. They stayed in an old trailer. Junior Brownlee claims she tried to burn an outlet to start a fire. He said she used a plant to put it by an electrical outlet and light it up.
But she said that she didn't. I didn't actually call the police, but I will go in my grave believing that she done it.
Mm-hmm. Her and your dad get along pretty well?
I mean, yes. Yes, she used to, but I mean, since we've been going through our problems, she'll do anything to hurt me. Mm-hmm. So by hurting him, she knows it hurts me.
If she got that angry before to try to start a house fire, she could have possibly got angry again to do the same.
Your dad was on that house? Or
yes, my dad was on.
Your dad was?
My dad was on.
9 times out of 10, if something was to happen to your dad, you was going to get the house.
I was going to get the house.
We are going to go over here to the house. Fire marshal going to be able to tell us where the fire started at.
You will know that today? Hopefully.
Should, hopefully.
The deputy fire marshal was ruled out that it was any kind of electrical problems with the home. He basically told me that the fire was started by someone.
After going through the scene and examining like he did, he was also adamant that that fire started in that room. Now we have an intentional fire, and this is a murder investigation. So now we have a suspect that we need to find.
We began to look into the insurance claim. It went even over the $20,000 policy. I didn't see enough there for that to be a motive coming from William Brownlee Jr. But on LaToya's hand, I looked at the fact of, you got this divorce situation. Pretty sure she was very upset. At that moment, she most definitely was a suspect for me. I have Miss Birdie Gardner.
Gardner, yes.
You may run down how you and your niece came in contact yesterday.
We had Thanksgiving dinner, and after the dinner, we left coming to West Point to go to Walmart.
Right.
But when we got in West Point, she said, take me by the house to drop off this food. We went to by the house. This should have been like, what, around 4? And she got out, went in, and she came back out less than 5 minutes, and we went to Walmart. Soon as we got to Walmart, she got a call saying, smoke coming out of your house. And I'm all upset now. I said, well, is your father-in-law in the house? She said, yes. So I really got nervous then. And then I could see smoke from Walmart parking lot in the air.
Right.
We just left the house.
The store that she went to was not even a mile, if that, from the actual home.
She left at 4:05. A cell phone video that shows the fire fully engulfed at 409. That definitely raises suspicion about what took place at that house.
A house fire does not go from 0 to that in that time frame, naturally. A gas leak would have more of an explosion type situation. There's not a real natural cause that's going to allow it to burn that fast, that quick.
Basically what you're telling me, y'all left from the residence around 4:05. Now, the person called 911 at 4:10, saying the house was in flames. And I got a video showing her the house in flames at that time. That room was burning before she left.
Really? She had to sit there and find her. They're going through this divorce. And I told her just last week, I said, Tora, I said, don't do nothing stupid. She said, yeah, because I was gonna, I thought about going there and putting a knife in her. So, if I was asked, do I think she capable of doing this? I would say yes. She is evil, hateful, and low down, all of the above.
The Brownlee family, they live directly across the street from my family. I've never witnessed something so horrific before.
This is a small community, and the love of each other and the respect of each other pull us together. You hate to see a community hurt. You hate to see the families hurt.
My heart just heavy because just hated that fact that, hey, there was somebody that was in the house.
Oh, have mercy.
So after she went in the house and came back out to go to Walmart, what did she say?
She was talking about him, and when you see him, you just go ahead and tell him he wrong for what he doing. Tell her, leave that alone. I said, you just do what's right.
If an uncle or auntie say something about their niece or nephew, you could take it to the bank and cash it. Domestic situations can cause people to do some crazy things because, you know, hurt people hurt people.
At that point, I was pretty much sold on it being her, but I still had to prove it. I had to get more than just word of mouth. So I received a video that was on Facebook Live at the time that the fire started. And this was at like 4:09. The 911 call came in around 4:10, 4:11.
At 4:11, LaToya makes a post on Facebook about the Black Friday sale. You look at the time span, and it was very odd to me. I think she made that post to try to create an alibi or try to, you know, just say, hey, I didn't set a house afire.
What's up?
How you doing?
Fine, you?
Good.
All right, you do understand you're still up on the Miranda, so you're still willing to speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's pointing to her. You know, this house was set on fire. The situation going on between her husband. She's the only one that went in the house. Now is the time we gotta get her to break and tell us the truth.
As of right now, just tell me your thoughts. Just let me know what's going on.
I hate it happened, and I love my father-in-law. I hate it happened, and I just want to know what this stemmed from. What started this fire.
All right, you left Unum Thursday around what time again?
Around 3:20, 3:30.
You left around 3:20, 3:30. What time you make it to town?
3:55.
And when you get to town, before you left Unum, was you headed home or was you headed to Walmart?
Head to Walmart.
All right, what made you go by the house?
They take my plate, and I had to use the bathroom. And then I got in the house, took my plate to the kitchen, went to the bedroom to see him. He was in the bedroom. Then I was headed out. Then he asked for a piece of candy, and I gave it to him. And he said, I smell some smoke. I said, I smell some too. And I looked in the utility room, and I ain't see nothing burning or no smoke. And I went to the kitchen, make sure there wasn't on the eye, and I didn't see anything. And I came again, and I said, I don't know what it is. And that was it, and I left.
You actually smelled smoke in the home and you still left? Common sense would have been like, I need to call somebody. I need to get somebody over here and see what's going on. It didn't sit well with me doing that interview with her.
How long was you at Walmart?
We was there no time. We pulled up in the parking lot and was in the park, and we pulled back out.
So what was the reason for that?
Somebody called.
Did they call on Facebook or on your phone?
Facebook.
It should still be on Facebook. Think you got time to take a look and see? She called you at 4:11.
Okay.
And y'all stayed on the phone about 1 minute and 3 seconds, right?
I guess.
Okay. Was you on Facebook around that time?
Was I on Facebook? I was at Walmart, so I probably not.
You are aware that there's a Facebook post on your page that was made at 4:11, said you was in Walmart parking lot.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
You don't remember that?
I can't remember the post, but.
You don't remember making that post?
I don't remember.
You can remember what you did inside the house for those 5 minutes. But all of a sudden, now you don't remember. I think she kind of felt like we was closing in on her. I had to go in a little harder.
From what I'm looking at, and from what the fire marshal report is saying, either you wasn't at home at 4 o'clock, or you was there when the fire started.
Well, I wasn't there when no fire started, because I don't think I...
Did you go in the room?
I went in his bedroom.
All right, did you go in his bedroom when you first got to the house, or was it right before you left?
I went to the kitchen, then I went to his bedroom. Then we talked, and he wanted... And then
had you used the bathroom yet, like you said?
No, I hadn't used the bathroom.
But you told me you went to the bathroom. That's the reason why I said you went to the bathroom. You never said you didn't use the bathroom.
I didn't use it.
So you lied to me, say like you used the bathroom?
Well, I went to the bathroom, and I didn't have to go, so I didn't go. But I did.
Listen, you need to start getting your story straight, and you need to be straight right now.
Okay,
because I ain't got time for these lies, okay?
I went to the bathroom, and I didn't go. And I left out of there, and I went back to his room.
About how long was you in the house?
About 5 minutes. I did not see no fire, no smoke, no nothing. So you're not gonna make me say that. I did not see that, but I smelled it. I smelled it in the utility room, right in the area, the utility room and the bedroom. I smelled it.
Okay, we get that. The thing of it is, you still left.
I did.
Even though you smell smoke, whatever.
I thought it wasn't nothing because I ain't seen nothing. I left.
She continued to stick with her story over and over again. I'm still seeing the crime scene. I'm still seeing the remains of Mr. Brownlee. I'm still seeing how hot this room got. I want confessions. You still want to see if you can get her to go ahead and break.
Now I went to the kitchen, make sure they went on the stove.
Seemed like you was pretty upset with her. So you got a lot of lying going on. You better start being straight. You pretty expert in them outlets, ain't you?
No, I'm not.
You ever fooled around one before?
No, I did not.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Never?
Never.
Spoke with your husband?
You told me 3 years ago, back at the trailer, when y'all got into it, you went and tampered with it to start a fire on the trailer.
It was right. I didn't mess with the outlet itself per se. It was a plant right by the outlet, and I put the plant on fire. That's what I tampered with.
Oh, so that the plant was on fire?
The plant right there by the outlet. That what made the thing right there. But I didn't. I'd be a fool to go in and mess with this outlet and get shot. That's crazy. Right there by
So
the
how you
outlet.
set the plant on fire?
It was a mattress.
A plant? A real live plant?
No, it was an artificial plant.
And you set it on fire with a mattress?
Mm-hmm.
We all had learned that LaToya Brownlee tried to set a previous house on fire because she got mad at Junior. And now, you know, the possibility of her doing this again after getting angry with her husband could be the very thing that started this fire.
I did not
messing with stuff, so not messing with a plant.
I did not mess
messing with an outlet.
I did not mess with no outlet at this new house. I did not do nothing, and you ain't gonna make me say I did something. I did not do nothing.
You did did with the outlet in the trailer, though. Is that what you're telling me?
I started right there by the outlet. The outlet probably caught on fire, but I'm not gonna put no fire to this outlet like this.
At that point, I was just like, all right, we're done. She didn't admit, yes, I set the house fire. But she attached herself to the timeline that we had.
So after that interview, I could have arrested her, but I didn't want to do it just yet because I knew I needed more evidence for it to stick.
It was just like a lemon. We was just trying to get all the juice as we could get out of that lemon. And so that's why we opted to continue in this investigation.
Now, at some point in time, it was opened by my guys when they were fighting the fire.
When I looked over the log, we found out there was entry at 4:02 p.m. of that day, and then there was an exit at 4:07 p.m. LaToya had already told us she went in the house alone within that time span.
You got a Facebook video at 4:09 of the fire already coming out of the home. It was on a 2-minute window there.
No one else could have went in this house but Miss Brownlee to start this fire. Everything's pointing to her.
Even though we had all the evidence that we had, I still wanted to talk to her because I still wanted that confession from her as to why she done what she done.
This is a murder investigation. Somebody lost their life. So as much as we possibly can get from her, if she was willing to talk, is what we were going to continue to get. Fire Marshal Mike Ivy and Detective Johnson were interviewing her. Of course, Mike, he would take the lead.
This is a tragedy, and it's up to us to figure out what happened. And when the investigators looked at the scene yesterday, they determined that somebody purposely set the fire. So where we're at right now is to try to figure out what happened.
When did they set the fire?
Where?
Yeah.
In the bedroom where he was. The problem we've got is somebody set the fire. And we can't find anybody that was in that house other than you.
I didn't set no fire. I wouldn't harm that man. I seen him just like my daddy. And I wouldn't harm him at all. Yeah, I ain't seen no smoke and no fire in this room at all.
Okay. Did you keep any flammable liquids in the house, like paint thinner, gasoline?
He keep lighter fluid and gasoline out there, but this stuff he can keep out there.
Had you used any of it lately?
No.
Well, I don't know exactly what to tell you, but this is not going to go away.
I don't want it to go away. I want her to find out what happened because an innocent man lost his life. That fire did not start because of me.
After I saw that she wasn't budging, I moved closer because I wanted to establish a rapport with her. And I wanted to see her face. Why not? Just go ahead and lay it all out here. It was worth a shot.
Are you aware that ADT logs down the time that whenever somebody come in and whenever they leave out?
They what?
Are you aware that they log down whenever the door is open?
Yeah.
Are you aware that nobody else entered the house in between 12:30 and 4 o'clock?
And I wasn't aware of that.
And you're correct, you got home around 4.
Mm-hmm.
You went in at, matter of fact, 4:02. Got the door closed behind you. I guess they do it within like a minute time frame. The door closed behind you at 4:03. The door opens at 4:06. They got you leaving out at 4:07.
Okay.
You leave the house at 4:07.
Mm-hmm.
We got a video recorder at 4:09, 4:10 with the house blazed up. I'm talking about flames. I already bust through the window where the old man was laying. There was 2 windows right there. And your phone call that you got on Facebook, that was at 4:11. You showed it to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From 4:07 to 4:11, ain't no way a fire is gonna build up that much pressure in what, 4 minutes to blow one out and then fire already shooting through the roof.
I'm getting fed up about it because it seems like y'all harassing me.
But you're not answering my question. Can you see a fire starting that fast from 4:07 to 4:11?
I don't know about fires, how fast they start or whatever. I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know how fast fires start or whatever. But I know I did not start no fire. I did not kill no innocent person, a handicapped person. I did not do that. And I will say that to the end. I did not do that.
Well, and I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We think you did.
When I took him, when I gave him that candy, I was in the room with him. I didn't see no smoke. I didn't see no sign of no smoke, but I smelled smoke. I said, well, we'll get Junior to check in when he get here. He said, okay.
Right. And you closed the door and walked out?
No, don't close the door. I don't close the door.
You don't close the door?
No.
All right. Now we got another problem.
What?
Because I know he didn't get out the bed and go and close the door.
That door was not closed. If I was the last one there, I know I did not close that door.
Oh,
and I know that he did not get out of bed and walk over
right.
and close the door.
So you ought to feel like me. It's a problem somewhere where someone closed that door. And that ought to be something you're concerned about. Who closed the door? You should also be concerned about who was in the house to set this fire. And for it to go that fast, there had to been some kind of accelerant or something poured to make it just blaze that fast. I've been doing this a long time. He's been around this a long time. This doesn't happen in 2 minutes.
I just know I didn't do it.
What I'm saying is, forget about the fire being set.
Right.
There was a fire in that room at that time, and you're putting yourself in the room. You're saying, I gave him the candy. I stood by the bed.
There wasn't no fire in the room.
There was.
I didn't see no fire
There
in the room.
was. There was.
I didn't see that.
There's no way you could have.
I didn't see a fire in the room, and there ain't no way I leave a person right there, handicapped person, see a fire and can't get out.
I mean, that was her story. I felt like she was gonna stick to it. So I got to dealing with just her personal life as far as her and her husband. I figured if I could play on that side of her emotions, that she would maybe get upset and actually like tell me what it was as to the reason why she did it.
But listen to me. I understand what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your husband made you mad. Past month or so, I understand it's a lot going on. It's a lot you're dealing with. It's a lot on you.
Got nothing to do with the situation at hand.
You knew this divorce was coming up. You knew all of this. I understand that.
Me and his situation ain't got nothing to do with this situation at hand. I wouldn't have took no innocent life over my situation.
Listen, I understand that you wanted to hurt your husband. I understand that. You wanted to hurt him.
I wouldn't have did that.
I understand.
I want to hurt him. I hurt him, not hurt his dad.
I understand that.
I don't even put that like
you
that.
already said you wanted to hurt him before. I understand all of that. But why? Just tell me why. I know.
Okay, well, arrest me.
Tell me why you did it at the trailer and he made you so mad that you wanted to burn the trailer down then. Why? Why did you do it? Just tell me why. That's all I want to know.
When we was at the trailer, I had set that plant on
It wasn't a plant.
It was a socket in the wall. It was a plant right by the socket on the wall.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Don't tell me what I did.
You did it with that socket.
No, I know what I did.
And you did it with this socket.
I know what I did. And I ain't messing with
I
that
know.
socket. Okay, well, arrest me. I know what I did.
Listen.
And I know I didn't harm no innocent man, crippled man that can't do nothing for themselves. I would never do nothing like that, young or old.
Well, the only thing I can say is what you're saying. This is your last opportunity. If you want to make this right and talk about, there was a fire. Well, forget about being there.
I didn't send no fire. No, stop this right here. Because I didn't do nothing.
Let me and him go ahead and speak for a second. We're going to let you go.
We wanted to arrest her, but that would become risky because then she would probably lawyer up. We were still waiting on the autopsy and the lab report. We wanted to make sure that when it was time to make that arrest, we had everything set in stone to move forward.
All right, Victoria. If you ain't got nothing else to talk to us about, and nothing else you want to tell us, free to go.
Okay.
I really wish you could have cheered it up more. That's part of it.
That is what it is. That's what happened. So, there ain't nothing else I can say about it.
All right.
At the end of that interview, she looked back at us and it was like, dang, y'all still ain't gonna arrest me, and just walked on out like it was nothing. I felt like it was just a waiting game. Like I knew next time I see you, I'm gonna have you in handcuffs.
It was lighter fluid that was used on the bed, the love seat, and to the wall outlet in the house. We also get the preliminary autopsy report from the medical examiner's office.
Mr. Brownlee died of thermal injuries, meaning he burned to death.
The manner of death was a homicide. Accelerant was poured all over his body as well as in his mouth. And I thought back to my conversation with LaToya about how I gave him a piece of candy.
Then he asked for a piece of candy, and I gave it to him.
There's something about this piece of candy that she claims she gave him that's not registering. And that left me wondering in my mind, okay, something else is going on here. Could it be the lighter fluid that she had put in his mouth?
And he said, I smell some smoke. I said, I smell some too.
It's one thing to burn, but to burn from your mouth and your body like that was just, what I would say is just low down. Exactly the words that her aunt said about her in that interview.
So she is evil, hateful, and low down, all of the above.
She was just a low down individual that'll do anything she had to do to get back at her husband. She didn't put up a fight, didn't argue, didn't fuss. She just put the handcuffs on and got in the car.
Capital murder is a very serious charge in the state of Mississippi. Capital murder means that, you know, you can be sentenced to death. And she was facing that. She was facing those consequences for her actions. We was working hand in hand with the district attorney's office. So this case was potentially going to trial, but I still wanted her to go ahead and give the confession. The family deserved it. You know, the family deserved the truth about what happened to their father.
So we do got the camera on.
Okay.
Your name is LaToya Brown.
Yes,
correct?
it is.
All right. You understand the charge that you have right
Yes.
now?
Mm-hmm.
What you charged with right now?
Capital.
Capital murder. I know I'm not your lawyer, LaToya. If there's anything that might help you, it's better for you to say it now than to wait on to go to court. But if you get charged with capital murder, and that's the only statute in the state of Mississippi where they will kill you, it might be 5 years after you go to jail, it might be 10, but they will kill you.
Can I talk?
Yeah, you free.
What did I have to gain by killing him? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, you tell me.
That's the reason why my parents got a lawyer. You want to know something about that? About the lawyer? They ain't give me just one. They got me 5 paid lawyers. You feel me? Put that on your recorder.
You can go and get 10 different lawyers, okay? But it don't change facts of a case. And I'm telling you, Toya, I'm telling you, it ain't looking good on your end.
Now, I would tell you something else regarding that situation, but I'm gonna let it all be a surprise. When I go to court, the world gonna know.
And I'm telling you, you don't want to wait on court to decide to.
Why?
Because at that point, it's gonna be pretty much too late.
No, I'm not.
I'm telling you. We think it happen. I'm just telling you, Toya, you got a long road to travel. You feel better getting it off your chest. You really, 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 really want to get this off your chest.
Okay, first of all, first and foremost, when I first entered that house, I didn't smell no smoke. That's the first thing. I didn't smell no smoke until he told me to go and get his towel, which was by the chair, by the window. That's when I noticed some smoke. And then I went and checked the stove. I came back, it wasn't no smoke back there. It was over by his window. So whatever started, it was on the outside of that house. It wasn't nothing in that house burning.
You never told us about a fire or smoke outside of the window, but here we are now.
Why you just not telling me about this window?
I said that before. Well, I thought I did. If I knew who did this, I would say who did it. I'm not gonna go down for somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no idea. I went and checked the kitchen, my bedroom, kids' bedroom, the bathroom, nothing. You think I poured some damn gas on this man? I'd be a crazy damn fool to do some stuff like that. And furthermore, this man ain't never did nothing to me for me to take his life.
Jordan, I wish you the best outcome. Life itself is too short. You might not tell me today. You might not tell me when it comes around to your court date. And I might be old and gray by the time you decide to tell what really happened that day. But like I told you, whether you got one lawyer or 5 lawyers, he don't change facts of a case. Okay?
Like I said, I didn't commit this crime, so I already know. I'm not finna go down for something I didn't do. One thing about it, God done already showed me. I'm lined up with God. He done already showed me. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk. Cause when I get through pleading my case, I'm gonna walk. Believe it.
And you said you're a Christian, so I believe I can go there. God always forgive you. Or you can keep living in denial. That's between but you and God. But I can tell you, on that day, when you go to court, I hope God is with you that day. Because it ain't gonna work out the way you think it's gonna work out.
We gave her so many chances to go ahead and present the facts, but then she went back to the snoring. And so after the final interview with her, we were prepared to go to court with her and the 5 lawyers that she had. I remember when the judge, he asked her, why are you pleading guilty? And she finally said, because I did it. It wasn't a confession we dreamed of, but we got our confession. And it took going in front of the judge for her to finally admit what she had did. And that was the confession that we were wanting.
I feel like her motive was to get back at her husband. And she done that by taking his dad from him.
It was such a hard situation that affected so many different people. So many different lives were changed behind this.
He was a great guy. He was a church-going man and a great family man. So that's how the city of West Point can remember Mr. William Brownlee Sr.